Florida is about to pull off the greatest shell game in real estate history. Two bills sitting in Tallahassee right now could accidentally destroy Florida homeownership as we know it. One could kill every HOA in the state and bankrupt half the homeowners. The other promises to eliminate your property taxes, but here's the catch. You're not escaping the bill. They are just renaming it. If you've ever wanted to tell your HOA Karen exactly where to go, or if you're tired of renting your home from the government through an $8,000 tax bill, this video is for you. But I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to show you the trade-offs no one else is talking about.
Stick with me for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to pull back the curtain on HB 657 and HJR 203. I'm going to show you why the experts are lying about the math, and I'm going to show you what actually happens when you shift from property taxes to user pay assessments.
I'm Tom McNamara, the Florida Real Estate Insider. Let's get into the math. Let's start with the war on the HOAs. Enter House Bill 657, proposed by Representative Juan Parras. This bill creates a statutory path to completely dissolve an HOA. 20% of your neighbors sign a petition, you force a vote, and with a 2/3 majority, the HOA is dead. No more rules. No more Karen measuring the grass with a ruler. Sounds great, right? Here's the problem. When you eliminate the Karen, you also eliminate the shield. Most people don't realize that an HOA is a corporate entity designed to take the hit for the neighborhood. If your HOA vanishes, the liability for the common areas like the pool, the parks, and the private roads, it just doesn't disappear. It falls directly onto you, your neighbors, as joint owners. If a kid gets hurt at that playground, there's no HOA, there's no corporate insurance policy. They can come after the individual homeowners. You might not have to ask what color to paint your house anymore, but you've just exposed yourself to a whole new world of personal lawsuits. But here's what this bill is really about. Developers want an exit ramp. They build the neighborhood, hand you the HOA, and then they disappear. HB 657 lets them walk away even faster. If you want to kill the HOA, you need to replace it with municipal annexation. That way the city takes over the roads and parks. But cities don't want to do that because it's expensive. So they're staying silent while this bill moves forward. Watch what happens if this passes. Dissolved HOAs, no municipal takeover, and a wave of liability lawsuits that wipe out homeowners who thought they were getting freedom. It's one thing to talk about killing an HOA. It's another thing to talk about killing the tax bill that funds your entire city. But these two things are connected by one word: infrastructure. Before we dive into the nuclear option for property taxes, you need to be tracking these bills yourself. I've put together the 2026 Florida legislative cheat sheet. It has the official bill numbers, the current text, and the representatives proposing these changes. Download the 2026 Florida legislative cheat sheet right now by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on your screen. Now, let's address the biggest scare tactic being used in Florida right now: the 12% sales tax.
House Joint Resolution 203, proposed by Representative Kevin Steele. This proposal would eliminate all non-school property taxes for homestead properties.
The lobbyists will tell you this is impossible. They claim the Florida state sales tax would have to jump to 12% to make up the revenue. That 12% figure is absolute. And here's the proof. The 12% calculation assumes we are replacing all property tax revenue, but homesteaded properties only represent 37% of total property tax collections. Tourists, commercial properties, investment homes, and second homes cover the rest. So the actual sales tax increase needed to cover the homestead exemptions, 3%. That's it. I break down the full formula line by line in the video link right here. You'll see exactly how the math works and why the lobbyists are lying to protect the status quo. Now, here's what I do support. I'm in favor of eliminating property taxes and replacing them with a sales tax. But you need to understand the trade-offs. If your property taxes drop by $500 a month, home prices will spike. Buyers buy monthly payments, not always prices. We have to watch carefully that tax relief doesn't just turn into massive price inflation, that prices our kids and first-time home buyers out of the market. Now, here's the part no one's talking about. This shift's already happening. Why is every new development in Florida an HOA or a CDD? It's because the government is already refusing to fund growth. They want the new people to pay for their own roads and sewers. If we eliminate property taxes entirely, do you think the government is suddenly going to start paying for new neighborhood roads? No. It's going to accelerate the trend we're already seeing. We're moving towards a user pay revolution. If the general property tax dies, cities and counties will double down on CDDs and private assessments. They will outsource 100% of the infrastructure to the developers, who then just bake it into a 30-year bond for you to pay. In the future, your property tax bill might be zero, but your community assessment bill could be the biggest check you write every single year. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is already the model. I just want you to know what you're walking into. The government isn't getting smaller. It's just getting more aggressive about only billing the people in the newest communities for the cost of Florida's growth. There's no free lunch. If you eliminate the property tax, something has to give. And right now, that something is being loaded onto the backs of new buyers in the form of CDD bonds that last 30 years. So here's my take. I support eliminating property taxes and replacing them with a sales tax. I think it's a better system. It's more transparent, it taxes consumption instead of ownership, and it spreads the burden across Florida's tourists and visitors instead of just property owners. But if we do this, we need to be honest about what happens next. Home prices will spike because buyers can afford bigger monthly payments. New developments will be 100% user-funded through CDDs and HOAs. And if cities don't step up to annex and take over that infrastructure, you're going to see a wave of dissolved HOAs followed by personal liability lawsuits that wipe out unsuspecting homeowners. I'm not against these bills. I'm against walking into them blind. The math of Florida is changing. To stay ahead of it, you need the right data. Go grab the 2026 Florida Legislative Cheat Sheet right now. The link is in the description. It has the bill numbers, the current text, and the representatives behind these moves. Don't let the lobbyists decide your financial future. Do the math yourself. Look at the trade-offs and decide what kind of Florida you want to live in. Hey, I'm Tom McNamara, the Florida Real Estate Insider, and I'll see you in the next one.